Okay, hello everybody. Here it is. We are going to take on the Asmondgold's $2 steak. Actually, it's something I'm pretty familiar with, just not his specific brand of seasonings. I've been doing a similar steak with a twist, and you're going to see what that twist is. But first, before we get to Asmongold's steak, we are going to have to spend a little bit of time getting the other dishes ready because Asmongold steak is going to go like that. It's a quick steak. It's a thin steak. It takes very little time to cook. You can see on his video, if you watched it, his steak took less time to cook than his baked potato in the microwave. So we're not going to do the baked potato portion, not because we don't believe that it's a good thing to do, and we're just not fans of baked potatoes as much. So instead of the baked potato, we are going to do some home fries. So let's get started on those. And the reason why I start on those first is to take 30 minutes to soak in water. Get that starch out, then you dry them up, then you put them in the air fryer. And that whole process takes close to an hour, hour and a half, it depends. But yeah, so we're gonna get started on the French fries. But trust you, we will do Asmongold solar steak, and I'll show you it's not as bad as everybody says. And I'm gonna show you how to spruce it up into, actually, it's one of our favorite meals, believe it or not. That's right, that Asmongold steak, I will turn into one of our current favorite meals. So let's find 3 good potatoes in here. So we buy potatoes in bulk. That looks like a good one. And you might, okay, that one's a little small. Let's do 4. We kind of really like these French fries instead of the, there we go. We really kind of like these French fries instead of what we usually do. Now, unlike Asmongold, I'm going to wash these. I have a scrubber for it. In fact, we're going to have to turn on the second camera and show you that part. Because the first camera won't be able to show me cleaning said baked potatoes. So let me get the second camera set up. Oh, that's perfect the way it is there. I like that. Beautifully done. All right, so let me double check that camera and see that it's working. Oh, it's not working. Oh, we have this problem sometimes. And I forget how I correct this problem. Come on now. See, the camera's not working. It is working though. If I look at it, it's got the light on saying it's ready to go. All right, so now I got to play with some settings here. Give me a couple minutes. Play with some settings. Where are my settings for this? Here we go. Okay. See if that will do it. It doesn't like it. Geez, I have fixed this many a time. I think I know what I can do. Let's go to play with something. There it is. All right, just had to, let's see, this would be, there we go. All right, so now I switched it over to the side camera so you can watch me wash the potatoes rather than not see me do anything. It's all right. The reason why this camera wasn't working, how I hadn't got it ready yet, was because we were filming a new video. That's right, one that's coming out. So I like cold water to scrub and I like a scrubber brush personally. Why am I scrubbing potatoes? Because I'm not peeling these bad boys. We're going to scrub them and eat them with skin on. And it does really matter if you dry them now because you'll have to dry them later. So we're going to be soaking for half an hour. Yeah, so Asmongold, maybe you don't like this part where I'm actually scrubbing the said potatoes. It's just, we like our potatoes scrubbed. We also like the skin. Yeah, who knows if Asmondgold will actually ever watch this video? It's okay though. But I will show you how you can enjoy Asmondgold's $2 steak. Some people said it tastes like beef jerky. Some people enjoy it better than a quote-unquote professional steak. You know, at a steakhouse, medium rare. But I will show you. And why do you want a $2 steak? It's inexpensive. It can make you last for a long time. Inexpensive. And it's really good. So here we go. Potatoes. 4 potatoes. All right. Swing it back over here. That one. 4 potatoes. And we need to cut them like French fries. Now, there are many ways you can cut them like French fries. Yes, I know how to do it with a knife. I have done it a few times with a knife before. But we're not going to use a knife today because I don't like cutting potatoes for French fries with a knife. I like taking the best device in the world for it, the Dash Safe Slice. While we're here, though, man, those lights are flickering. I don't know what's going on with the lights today. Just the one's flickering, though. I don't know if you can see it. Well, let's see. Well, hold on. Let me set something up here. See, it's steak night. Steak night. There we go. Beautiful. All right, that's one of them. So what I'm doing now is I'm just seeing out the social media stuff to see if I can get more people in as we're making, you know, it's a great steak. It's an awesome steak. Sometimes my ex won't post. I don't know why X doesn't post, but it's funny. So I will really try and use YouTube to post to X, and it doesn't always go through. You know, Twitter used to be called Twitter. Now it's called X. One last place I post is through the Facebook. I've already posted on YouTube. YouTube, I don't need to post. I'm telling you that I am live. So if you were coming through YouTube, X didn't send, it never sends. But if you're coming through YouTube, wonderful. All right, so there we go. So I have sent out to me social media, so now people can join and know that we are cooking steak tonight. Well, steak and potatoes with a little extra. Now let me set up the Dash Safe Slice. Not hard to set up. It's a safe mandolin is what it is. It's really a great tool too. Doesn't take much setup. But you also got to make sure I set the blades correctly. Oh, let me zoom you in, give you the double zoom. There's a double picture. Okay. So what I'm going to do over here, as you can see, it comes with these things, blades you can spruce up, pull up. I am going to change them to give me julienne. There we go. Spin the dial, and now the blades have come up, and it's going to be julienne potatoes. No blades, you can make slices. We're not going to do that today. Or spin it around, there it goes. julienne slices today. And we like potatoes. We like them in this way. Let me see. Let me get the big enough. Okay, this is big enough. Let me double check. Yeah, that's going to hold all 4 potatoes. Okay, so we're going to slice them. Just put it in there. You have the blade. This will do the blade. Oh, that's right. I forgot one other setting. So I put on the blade some julienne. You can also set how thick it is. Right now, if you look at the dial, it's set to 8. It's at the top here. You can set it all the way to 0. And now it makes it very thin, but we don't want that. We want as big as this dash lace slice will make our potatoes. For French fries. Just toss it in there. Skin on. Now, if you're peeling potatoes for French fries, it's a little more work. But this is how I make them. And out they come. You can see beautifully chopped fries. Beautifully chopped. Yeah, you get this. We're getting the sun from behind. That's why it's so bright on my hand right now. There you go. Off of the. Oh, is the sun still? There you go. No sun. You get beautifully chopped fries. Nice size for fries. Just toss it in there. This thing pushes it down, so it's going to push it into the blade area. And in this way, you never, ever get your fingers near the blades. You don't have to worry about slicing your fingers. All right, so that's 2 of these. Let's dump in the water. We're going to fill this with water. There we go. Because you got to get the starch out. This is where the crispiness of the fries. Some water in there. There we go. Some nice water inside the bowl for the crispiness, for the taking out all the starch to make them crispy. Again, okay, so you want to see from the main camera. Here you go. See from the back side, if you're on the side camera. Yeah, watch it. It's kind of fun to watch anyway. Put those in. Wow, they're really flying today. One more potato. 4 should be enough. Would I expect Asmondgold to do his potatoes this way? No. No. Just we're not a big fan of baked potatoes. I am absolutely certain microwave baked potato, probably nothing wrong with it. Probably works just as well, maybe as an oven baked potato. Fantastic. Okay, so we got good. A nice set of water. Let those fries soak for about 30 minutes. Let them soak while we get the other stuff ready. And there is some other stuff we're going to get ready. You want to see the steaks? The steaks are cheap. Yeah, they are. So you see, I'm going to bring them out of this package. So the way we do my steaks, and you can see I actually wrote on it so I know what these are. These are actually chuck shoulder steaks. So these are stuff that I do even before I saw Asmondgold's video. These are steaks that I actually have done before. You can see these steaks, so if you look at it, there's a little more fat than his version. Basically, I just buy the cheapest thin steak I can. One time it was tri-tip, a thin tri-tip. And that's actually how we started doing these. But then I just started using the other thin steaks. And I've done these steaks a lot. Thin steaks, good for stir fry, good for what we're going to do with them too. And we're going to try Asmongold style steak as well. Don't worry, we're going to season it just like Asmongold. We're going to make it the whole thing, do it in a slow, low cook just like he does. You know, and this is it. We are not cooking any other steak comparatively. We're just going to cook these steaks. Now, this isn't the same exact cut. Ours has a little more fat inside. But it's very much the same idea. You buy the cheapest steak you can. You buy the cheapest one you can. That's what you are. Get that fry in there. So these are the steaks. And it's about, it's 0.8 pounds, not quite a pound. And they're going to go very well with what we're cooking today. Need the whole thing? I need the whole thing. And here's a bell pepper. I need one of those. And let's see. Oh, I need some butter. Let's get some butter. Not just for me, but for Asmondgold steak, we'll need some butter. We'll use a different butter for steak, by the way. And checking out how much butter is in here. This one is, we still have, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 1, 2, I can count 2, 3, 4, 5.5 tablespoons about. So that's more butter than I'm going to need for what I'm cooking right now. But we'll cut most of it. It'll be fine. We're not going to use the butter for those at all. No, we're going to use the butter specifically and only for the other dish we're cooking to go with the steak. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't expect Asmondgold to make this dish either, but that's okay. I wonder. Yeah, I need the extension. Be right back. I need an extension cord for this because I want it to open up this way so you can see it over here. But this is where we're going to clean out and then use, it's a pan. We have to clean it out periodically. It's not actually a pan. See, I would be using a pan, but I can't because my pans don't, well, you can't see it when I cook stuff on the pan. It's on behind me. So we're going to use this electric skillet. It'll do the same job for Asmondgold steak. Just to do the same job. I'm going to do something else first. Just clean it up. Beautiful. It's supposed to be non-stick, but you know things don't stay non-stick. So this is what we're going to cook on. I'll set that aside for a second. Need the extension for it. But first, we got to prepare the vegetables. That's the vegetables ready. Bum, ba-dum, bum. I'm missing one vegetable. I think these are the ones. There we go. Onion. Onion. Very simple dinner tonight. Very simple. You know, I might add some garlic bread as well. Let's see. Get out a cutting board. This one will do. Yeah, I think we'll add some garlic bread too. Now, not the garlic bread that I make. We bought some, well, it's cheesy bread. Ah, it's good stuff. It's from Costco. They got it back. You know, they didn't have it for a while, and now it's back. Oh, wait. I want to do that. What's the word I'm looking for? There we go. All right, so it's given. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you enjoy the stream. We are getting to Asmondgold steak, but that's not the first thing. We got to get everything else ready first. The reason why I get everything else ready first is Asmondgold steak doesn't take any time at all. So that's why we are handling all the other goodies first, which in this case is going to be a vegetable side. Or not, you'll see. How long does this one take? That takes 14 to 16 minutes. Okay, yeah, we'll have to do this one. It's at, well, let me show you what it is. So this is the bread we're going to have with on the side from Costco. Yeah. I think that's kind of right up Asmondgold's alley. You know, something all you do is just take it out, put in the oven. No fuss, no muss. I'm going to do this one of these. Make happy, healthy daughter happy. It's going to take 14 to 16 minutes. What's the temp? It's going to be 410 degrees. Well, I'll get the bell pepper ready. Let's get the mushrooms ready. Mushrooms are my least favorite to do, so let's start with those. We're going to have to pull you over to watch me wash them too, aren't we? Gotta wash it all. Yeah, I wish I had a bigger monitor. You know, my eyes aren't that good. I mean, a bigger, so I can make the chat look bigger. That's a little far from where I am right here. I can't really make it that much closer. Won't get that much closer. So you just have to live with it where it is. All right, let's get these mushrooms. Yeah, we're going to use them all. Why are we use them all? Because mushrooms shrink when you cook them. They shrink a lot. So we're going to take off the stems because we don't use those. Usually, we're going to take off all the stems. Then we're going to wash them. Then we're going to slice them. We're going to wash the bell pepper. We're going to slice it, wash the onion. We're going to slice it. Then we're going to cook the veggies together. Now, you don't always use, I'm using bell pepper today. The more common dish when I've done this is no bell pepper. I usually don't use, it depends on what we're doing. When I'm doing the pepper, if I was just outside making, barbecuing, whatever, barbecuing a tri-tip, barbecuing a filet mignon, barbecuing ribeye, bone-in ribeye, bone-in New York steak, whatever I'm barbecuing a steak outside, I wouldn't be using bell pepper. But we're doing something special with Asmondgold steak, so I want the bell pepper. It adds something. It adds something. Today has actually been a big day of just cooking for me here. Just got through recording a video. That's, well, I have a big pipeline, you know, it's going to take a while to get some of them out. But the next one coming out, the next one I'm going to do is a video. Yeah, the thing with those mushrooms, these are baby bellas. These are the best ones you can get. The best flavored mushrooms, I think. So it's probably going to get all that dirt on you. So what I'm going to do is we are going to, and the other stuff too. There you go. We can even switch to big screen on that. So what is this blue thing over here, you might be wondering? Well, that was part of what we were recording today. That is absolutely what we recorded today. That is a baker's mat. It's actually very helpful. It's got inches, it's got centimeters in it for you can see how big your round dough is. No, it's not pizza. You can also see how rectangular your dough is. Yes, we use a rectangular bit today. So it's a really great mat. I love it. Also, when you're done, you can pick the mat off the counter. All the excess flour can just go away that way, or whatever got mixed in. You get rid of all the scraps that way. It's really a wonderful way to handle it. All right, good. These mushrooms are nice and clean. Wonderful. Let's get that. Well, you can't do the onion yet. Beautiful. All right, mushrooms are all cleaned. Nice and cleaned. Let's see. So bell pepper. Yeah, I was going to buy a bell pepper, but I knew we already had one in there. So that's good. Wash the outside. And let's get that onion ready, shall we? Let's get out. Oh, I don't know if I have my favorite knife in here. I do. Oh, I love that sound it makes. It sounds so nice. Let's try and get the onion a bit ready. So the whole onion, yes. All the mushrooms, yes. Whenever you're cooking onions, you're cooking mushrooms, it's not a bad idea to cook the whole thing. Actually, in this case, though, I think I'm only going to cook half. We're only cooking half of the onion because this doesn't need the whole onion. I mean, compare, like this whole onion is salt all the way through. How about the bell pepper? It's not salt all the way through. Half of an onion is still even more than that bell pepper. So we're going to save the other half of the onion. We'll use it again, don't worry. Oh, I can use a nice egg onion breakfast dish? Absolutely. We use onion all the time. Onion with ground beef. Maybe with some meat. Sure. Good. So we like to save our half onions. I like to save it in foil. I don't know why. It's just what my mom did all the time. Take the foil, wrap the onion in the foil, and stick it back in the refrigerator. Don't ask me why she does it that way. Put it in foil. It was always foil. I've done plastic Ziplocs too. Seems to work just as fine. So for the onion, go and cut the bottom part off because we're doing slices. Go ahead and cut the top part off because we're doing slices. We're not chopping it finely. Take out all the outer stuff. Nice outer layer coming off. And now we can wash the onion. Wash the onion. Beautiful. All right, so now since we're slicing onion for cooking, I'm going to slice it a special way, the way that I like to slice it. Go a little bit like a third in or so. You're going to slice this into slices. See, as soon as you get these long, flip it and slice again. Oh, I should probably get the... Now they're done washing, let's get the camera back, eh? Do. So you can see what's going on over here. Don't worry, we'll do another one of that side again. So we got this, we're just going to go schlomp all the way down so we get to that place again. Now, don't slice off the third, then try and do the middle part because it gets hard to cut the last of the middle part. But you notice how it's like, now if I start slicing this, I just get lots of long slices. You don't want those. So turn it over, slice again. And again, when you get the long stuff coming out, flip again if you need to, and boom, there you go. Sliced onions. Sliced. Maybe like it rings. It's not as easy to do rings. Don't bother with rings, just slice them this way. Saves you time, effort. It's great to do that for like shakshuka. Great for shakshuka. It's great for sauteed onions when you want to put them on hamburgers. You know, it's not like for onion rings though, because that's not the ring shape. But anytime you're cooking sliced onions, that's my favorite way to do them. All right, taking the bell pepper. Now, some people like to cut out this part of the bell pepper, this part right here. I don't like to. I mean, what? Just to make it look nicer? We're home cooks. We don't need to make things look that much nicer. We don't need to be professional. It's not like I'm in a restaurant here. You know, the people with this dish, you're not going to notice that part necessarily, that inner part. I'm going to take out the seeds, though, of course, because nobody wants bell pepper seeds. Don't add anything. There we go. All right, now we're just going to slice the bell pepper. Nice slice there. Now let's see. I want to make it like long like the onion about. Okay, that'll work. So we'll just do these ones. It depends. Sometimes we do it this way, sometimes not. Boom. Done. And then we do this one, just go around. Yeah. Is it too long? Maybe I'll slice them in half. So I'm thinking about eating later. When we eat it, yeah, that's what it's going. Okay. That'll be better. So slice these, and then we'll slice them in half. Doom, doom. All right. So yeah, so we just recorded a video today. A real banger. But it's not going to come out next, no. A real banger bakery video. You know, I'm not really much of a baker. I do love to watch me some Great British Baking Show. The Great British Bake Off, as it actually is. Oh, and today's Friday. That means the new episode's coming out today. Probably is already out on Netflix. Haven't watched it yet. But I love to watch me some of that show. Mostly because, not because I'm going to replicate their dishes. No. Not because I'm a person who likes to bake. Nope. Although I will tell you the one dish that I do bake really well is the one we just did today. Happy Healthy Daughter got me on that one. I love it. Tastes really good too. It's not going to come out for a while though. It's not coming for a while. I got lots of stuff in the works. In fact, the next video coming out is one of the best side dishes for Thanksgiving. Now, you know, green beans is a common side dish for Thanksgiving. Look at that. See, about the same amount of onions and bell pepper there. Okay, I can put this down a little more. Yeah, let's see. There we go. That's better. About the same amount of onions and bell pepper. The way we do that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I gotta do the mushrooms. I usually do 2 at a time. I mean, I have used the slicer, that Dash Save slicer to do mushrooms. That's another favorite one. I love to do it. But, you know, I mean, I already used it today, so it needs to be washed. But, you know, I just feel like doing it with a knife today. 2 at a time, usually. Watch it. I mean, the jokes are pretty good. You know, I like the character of Paul Hollywood. Love the idea that Prue is always liking alcohol. It's just kind of a funny thing. She always wants alcohol in whatever you're cooking. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, the gravy, it's a fun show. It's a fun show to watch. A nice, you know, almost hour. It's pretty much an hour, uncut, no commercials, to watch with our family. You know, we all love to watch the show. Even though I don't do baking. It's my daughter who likes to do the baking. She does lots of baking. She's always trying new things. I will tell you. One of the newest, you know, blueberry muffins. What else has she baked? Brownies. Lemon squares. You know, if it's something to bake, she's the one to do it. Bakery goods. Stuff like you'd see on the Bake Off, but more like the ones you might see on the technical challenges. You know, not like the showstopper, not like the signature. You know, those are pretty extravagant. We're not doing extravagant stuff here. No. We're just doing stuff that tastes good. Thanksgiving idea. The next video coming out, I know I keep circling back around to it, don't I? But that next video coming out is going to be how to make the classic green bean casserole. It is probably my family's favorite way to eat green beans. And I have other ways that I cook green beans, other good ways we do it, but that green bean casserole, yes, it is wonderful. But it's probably not our favorite. I mean, it is good, it is wonderful. But our favorite dish, you can probably guess. Maybe you've been watching the polls that I keep putting out. Because our favorite dish to eat is stuffing. In fact, stuffing is so good for us that I don't just save it for Thanksgiving and Christmas. In fact, we don't even cook it on Christmas because we're busy cooking some kind of beef dish. Last year, I think it was, might have been filet mignon. Or it might be a prime rib. Those are pretty good to feed a lot of people. Anyway, yeah, so we love our things. You know, I probably wouldn't do a rotisserie turkey if my mom hadn't bought a rotisserie herself, which is the one I've confiscated on, this one I get to use. But she has a rotisserie. And so we take our turkey, we rotisserie the turkey, and all the juices fall to the bottom, and then you take those juices and you put them into the stuffing. So instead of having stuffing in the bird, you get the stuffing that tastes like it was in the bird. Wonderful stuffing. The family loves that stuffing. It's our favorite. Is the wrench on the bottom grill? Oh, it is on. Maybe I'll turn off the upper grill today because we're just cooking on the bottom. We're not going to cook on top. The bell pepper. So unlike Asmondgold steak, we want this to be nice and hot. Nice and hot. Uh-oh. The stream health is bad, huh? Why? I never wonder what's going on with that. It shouldn't be bad. Everything looks good. Ugh. Well, sorry about our stream not being so powerful today. A little choppy. Not something I can really fix. Hey, how you doing? Oh, came in through there. Master 42, just about to cook. Stuff that's gonna go with Asmondgold steak. It's not much butter. I need 3 or 4 tablespoons of butter. So let's get that going. Usually I would do this over the stove, but you wouldn't be able to see me do it on the stove. So we're using this pan. Oh, there we go. Lots of butter. This is actually has salt in it already. So that's not the Asmondgold butter I need, because I bet he doesn't use salt in his butter. But anyway, so into the butter go the onions and the bell pepper. I can't remember where I got this mushroom onion from. It's been so long. I've been making this so long. I just don't remember. But it is a very, very, very good side dish. So now I need, remember the way we're doing our live stuff, how do we do it? It's, we started at 4, so you're going to see how long it actually takes me to cook this stuff. Reminds me, those potatoes. Probably about ready to drain out the potatoes. Yeah, this side dish might get a little cold by the time we get to it, but that's quite all right. The potatoes have been soaking for at least a half hour. Let's go ahead and drain the bad boys. Oh, good. It's back to green. Now with these potatoes, though, you want them dry. Yeah, we're going to use Mr. Knife again. We're going to use Mr. Knife again, don't worry. You want them dry. So we're going to lay them out on a paper towel. Or 2. I know the front camera can't really see this. It's okay. Lay them on paper towel while this is cooking. Notice one thing I've learned as you cook over a pot or stove, do not put your utensil like this. Make sure if you're going to rest it on it, put it on the side so that the right side, the handle doesn't get hot from the heat. So many times I have gotten a hot cooking utensil from doing that. So make sure you lay it away from the actual heat. Huh. I don't know. I have to see my description. I think it has it. I don't know. Maybe the description. I don't know the description. Today's description has all the stuff. I mean, it definitely. I will say everything I'm using here today. The Dash Safe Slice, the Bear electric grill, which we love. It is awesome. It's got a top and a bottom. Really toasts your bread very nicely. And everything I'm using here, we have a link to Amazon for it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mass42. Glad you never missed a live. I actually decided to start counting them. I don't know if I should or not. I've counted all the cooking videos I have. Start counting lives. This is number 11. Very special one. Steak today. With a twist. Yeah, that's fine. Try the steak at. We'll start the steak later. It's okay. We're right now with the fries. So now so this bowl still has a little water. We're gonna dump the water out and dry it out because you want your fries to be dry. We're going to reuse this bowl for the fries seasoning. That's why we're still using it. Let's move these around a bit. So first, we're going to saute. Usually it says about, and we're going to take longer than usual, 3 to 4 minutes to saute these in the butter. Might take a little longer. I like to have the onions all broken up. Learned a long time ago that you don't have to break up the onions before you cook them. So when you cook them, they'll naturally break apart. Back in college, I learned that. I've been cooking since middle school, actually. My mom would work late or work during summers for a while when I was in middle school. So I'd have to do my own lunch. Sometimes I would just do simple stuff. Sometimes I would stuff like barbecue hamburgers. Oh, we don't know why it's not there. Oh, health and stream. It's going back to red and yellow. Jeez. He's going from green to bad to good to bad. All right, so let's let the fries dry out a bit. Usually I help them along a little bit. Paper towels. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Dry the fries. The more dry, the faster it'll be, the better it'll be when you cook them. So now I have learned, I like these fries, but honestly, the better tasting French fries are the ones you just buy in a bag in the frozen section of your grocery store. And you feel like, wow, this is very close to a fast food French fry. Oh, certainly not as good as McDonald's. I'm not saying that. All right, let's see this. We got to add in. So this is pretty well cooked where you want, about 4 or 5 minutes. Cooking nice and high. Are we on high? Wow, oh, we're actually at 300 degrees Fahrenheit according to that dial. It's not that high. All right, so we're going to drop in the mushrooms. Start cooking those. With the mushrooms goes in the seasoning. You might wonder what seasoning goes in that. Well, for me it's basil. The original recipe says parsley, but for me it's basil. Some dried basil. It's dried basil seasoning. There we go. Put the seasoning back. If you want those racks. I just got a seasoning from, again. I think the link to all the stuff I use is in the description. Well, almost everything I use. And I don't have like a spatula set that I use specifically. Although I really like wooden ones. I'm getting ready for the next step, which is going to be the cheapest wine you can get. You know, we cook with wine, but that doesn't mean we spend a lot of money on our wine. This whole bottle, how many milliliters we got? 1.5 liters, 1.5 liter bottle of wine, $7. The cheapest wine I can find. $7 bottle of wine. You can go to a grocery store, you can probably find a 750 milliliter bottle of wine for, how much would you say? $4 or $5. Maybe the price has gone up, that's what I used to do. You don't need to buy expensive wine. This is not expensive. This is nothing. It's not expensive. It's cheap. Let me get that stuff ready. Let's see. I need the Worcestershire. Worcestershire sauce. And yes, Asmondgold, I do buy the expensive Worcestershire sauce. And yes, it does say shake the bottle. It's the one that I like. It's Worcestershire sauce. And what's the next thing I'm going to do? We're going to add in, where's the third one? This one always, here it is. I think this is the one. Yep. Some soy sauce. Now, I never buy the soy sauce myself. That's Happy Healthy Wife's job. She always gets the brand that she likes. Oh, Neon Genesis Revelations. Sorry, Mark. Okay. You cook to make your wife happy too, huh? Yeah. You know, they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Same goes for the wife. That is one reason why she is happy, because she says she always gets such good food. And yes, I know people mock and scoff at Asmondgold steak, which, you know, once we're done with this dish, it's the next thing we gotta cook. Well, actually, we'll get the fries going, and then we'll get the steak ready. We gotta heat up the oven too to cook the bread. Gotta make dinner for the family. All right, that's looking pretty good. So you can see the mushrooms are a little cooked down a little bit. The juices are flowing out. It's all mixing together. I don't add salt usually. The dish never called for salt before because of the soy sauce. But here we go. It's a tablespoon of the wine. A tablespoon. And a teaspoon of the Worcestershire and the soy sauce. At least that's what they do. All right, tablespoon of wine, which was optional according to the recipe I saw, but it just makes things taste good. Let's put up the heat. I can smell the wine. And then a teaspoon of soy. It's about a teaspoon. And a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. There we go. That's the seasonings we use for this. We're going to add some pepper later, but that's it. You cook it in the butter first. Get the onions, because onions cook more. Onions and peppers take longer to cook. So this becomes the topping to our steak. And I think I need to hope this thing will cook a little faster. It said it's supposed to be at 450 degrees, so let's let that cook for a while. While that's cooking, let's get the fries ready. So that's going to take a bit to cook. And pure oven to 410 degrees Fahrenheit. Isn't that funny? 410. Oh, one thing I always do, nothing in there. Before I preheat the oven, I always check inside. Because mother-in-law likes to store stuff in the oven, pans and whatnot. And, well, she doesn't live with us very often, but it has it down for a long time. It used to be, I'd go and turn on the oven, there would be a pan in there, or a pot. And so I'd be going, and I'm like, what's that smell? And I look in the oven, oh my gosh, I gotta take that out. Doesn't happen much anymore. But it used to happen a lot. All right, see, this is still cool. This side can heat up too, and I might do that later. I'll probably do the bread in the toaster actually. But so this is gonna be for this. I'm gonna take these and put them in the seasoning bowl. Now, if you don't have an air fryer, you can do your fries in the oven, but I like the way the air fryer works. It's faster. Which reminds me, before I season them, I should preheat the air fryer. It's going to go on behind me, the air fryer. Now, recently, the air fryer that I had from Cookbook, it got recalled because it apparently was overheating or people getting burned or something. Never had it with our Cookbook. So what they did is, I sent that one in. I had to cut the cord too. That was the funny part. Cut the cord of the Cookbook so that they asked me just to recycle it. They didn't want it back, of course. Why would they want like thousands of air fryers returned? And so what did I get? I got the new Cookbook from it. Gave them the old one. They said, all right, here's the new one. I didn't give them the old one. I got the new one. Works pretty much the exact same as far as I can tell. Safety hazard was there, it's gone now. Okay. Yeah, lots of our gadgets wind up in the closet. The pantry, as it were. Okay. Reminds me, I just saw it in there. Another video came up for you guys. This is where I'm going to do some sous vide. That's right. Because, well, if you've seen videos on the channel, you might have seen I've used the Mealthy multi-pot. And unfortunately, it broke. It broke on us. You can kind of see, bring some closer. The sauce is getting reduced, soaked up by the veggies. Good flavor combination I can smell. So what I like to do, I do like to taste test things before I take them out the fire. But I can't take hot food. Let's see, let's get a little mushroom, a little onion, a little bell pepper. Oh, come on, a little bell pepper in there. Good. Put in the bowl. Now I'll taste test that one. I can't take hot. So that's why. Oh, I was going to do the closer, right? Preheat. It'll take 5 minutes to preheat. This is what's going to take all the time. That. The French fries. All right, so how do we finish up the fries? Not very hard at all, not very hard at all. I like to use some olive oil with the fries. Now, I would use olive oil that I have in one of these awesome containers for the oil. We love to use these. But unfortunately, it's out, and I don't want to mix oils. I had to buy a small one just for today. I'll get the bigger one at Costco because it's cheaper. And here we go. Nice little bit of olive oil. Olive oil because it has a lower, what's that called? Burning? Smoke point, that's the word we want. Smoke point, lower smoke point. Lower smoke point. All right, let's see how these are. See how they are. Yeah, they're cold enough now. If I can touch them, they're cold enough to eat. Okay, shot. Oh, so good. Oh, it's so good. Bell pepper's a little crunch to it. Let's add some pepper. We're going to do the pepper and the coolness, though. Are we going to turn this off, actually? So I got to get it cold for the steak. Can't have it hot for the steak. I'm going to wash it out a bit. It's okay, but oh. The crunch from the bell pepper, the sweetness from the wine, the earthiness from the basil that was dried, also the mushrooms. Oh, if you like sauteed mushrooms, and just layered in the fat, ooh, this is a heavenly side. Probably wondering, maybe you're wondering, when I'm going to do Asmondgold steak. It's coming up. All right, so now that I'm done with this, we're going to let this pan cool down. We're going to clean it out. Start from a clean pan so we don't change the flavor of his steak with the sauce that's left over in the pan. Such a good sauce, though. That's okay. We get to use this sauce on the steak itself, too, so don't worry. This is a good sauce. Oh, it's so flavorful. A little bit of salt, a little bit of sweet. The soft mushrooms. The crunchy bell peppers. That is a side to enjoy. All right, so we're going to set that aside. We will take a picture and a little bit of that. Remember, it's part of the show. I kind of take you behind the scenes a little bit. But that's not really the star of the show. Starla shows the Asmondgold steak. And we will cook it. And that's what's going to be taken a picture of. Because you can't know what the twist is until you know what the twist is. All right, now our common French fry seasoning. Let's see. Might as well get the Asmondgold seasoning out too. Paprika. Where's the lemon pepper? Oh, I got lemon pepper. Oh, there's the steaks. So now the unfortunate thing is I don't live near Asmondgold, so I can't get the exact same steak seasoning he's got. So I do not have that seasoning in my cabinet. But I do have a steak seasoning, and I do have the lemon pepper that he uses. Oh, the paprika is for this. And the garlic. And the salt. Where'd the salt go? Oh, I've reversed. I put the confectioner's sugar in the bottom, and the salt in the top. That's the opposite where they're actually supposed to go. All right, so generally on the French fries, sometimes I do pepper. It depends. I'm not in a pepper mood though, so let's go. We pre-season them because it just works better. We pre-season them. But yeah, but these, so as I'm gonna make these, plenty. As I'm gonna make these, they are going to be similar. Oh, it's ready for the fries. It only took 5 minutes. It took 5 minutes to do all that stuff, huh? Time flies. So I'm gonna be honest. These ones, this is how I kind of compare them. You know, some people really like In-N-Out fries. Some people don't like In-N-Out fries because they're a little soggy. They're a little soggy and soft, most of them. Sometimes they're crisp, but because they're using fresh potatoes, like I am. Some people prefer McDonald's fries. So if I were to call, those are just done. If I were to call the fries you get from the restaurant, they're more like a McDonald's fry. I would call these more like the In-N-Out fry. So, you know, I don't hate these fries. In fact, they're really good. And they're not completely, like, soggy. I mean, we'll get some soggy ones, we'll get some crispy ones, but we won't get crispy because of oil. We'll get crispy because they got dry. That's how the crispiness happens. I mean, you know, maybe you've heard air fryers before, maybe not. I don't know if you know of an air fryer. If you have an air fryer, brilliant marketing scheme. That's what I'm going to say. It's a brilliant marketing scheme. Basically, what you have is you have a very small convection oven you can place in your home. A small convection oven, because that's what it is. It is not a fryer. You can't deep fry your French fries in an air fryer. You cannot. It doesn't work. It is basically a small oven. Specifically, a small convection oven, not a conventional convection. So that's what it is. It's just a smaller size, so it heats up faster and cooks things faster. So you're going to probably hear a sizzle as they put these fries inside. Oh, by the way, why did I put paprika on the fries? Let me show the fries to you. That's not for flavor as much as it is for color. Because once I see all the fries look the same color, that means the seasoning's been distributed throughout. It's a little trick I use with paprika. So we take out. Oh, I'll even bring it over here actually for you guys. It was preheated. It's nice and hot. Bring it up. There you go. And you're going to hear a sizzle as they put the fries in. Yeah. That sizzle. Because of the oil. You know, even though these are coated in oil, they are not going to be cooked as if they were deep fried in oil. There's a very big difference. So don't let anybody fool you, or anybody ever say the air fryer can replace the deep fat fryer. It just cannot. It's never going to replace it. It's never going to taste like McDonald's French fries. Never. It's going to taste like oven fries. And you've had oven fries, that's what this thing will do. So I click on the fry button right there. It says 25 minutes. Usually when I do my own fries, I need some more time than that. So I change the time to 30 minutes. And I'll usually shake it about every 10-ish. You want to shake it. Hold on, let me finish washing the Hans. Get that oil off. You want to shake the basket, because that way the The fries at the bottom that don't get crisp will rotate and get towards the top and get more crisp. And it's because there's layers of fries in there, not just a single layer of fries. So excellent, yes, air fryer. If you want one, link in the description. I am pretty sure I set up my live now, that in the description. And if not, I'll go back and I'll change it. But I'm pretty sure I said that it has all the links to everything I do on Amazon. If not, it has a link to my website, happyhealthywife.net, where also I have links to everything that I use through Amazon. And happyhealthywife.net, it's almost there. I am getting all of my videos into happyhealthywife.net. I'm up in like the cooking 90s in the cooking. I still have the food vlogs to go and some of the cooking videos to go, but we're getting there. We're in the 90s. And if you've seen my site, my page, my website, my YouTube site, you may know I have like 120, I think it is now. 120 cooking videos, so I'm almost there. Little at a time, like 2 a day, 2, 3 a day, and I'll be there. All right. So let's see what else I still need. Okay, so Asmondgold steak. What do we got? We got the lemon pepper. We got the steak. What is this thing called? The steak seasoning. So he got one from a civic restaurant around where he lives. I don't have that restaurant, so I just got to go. I hope it smells similar or tastes similar to what he has. There's no way I can know, because I don't live near Asmondgold. We don't have that steak restaurant. He didn't mention what steak restaurant it was, or he might have. But yeah, it smells like actually smells like a pretty good steak seasoning. This is a Famous Dave's steak and burger. Yeah, I might use it on burgers sometimes. Smells pretty good. And he used nothing. Oh, see that the pan's pretty cold now, isn't it? There it goes. Gonna have to wash that off. Ah, lemon pepper. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good smell. Got the lemoniness, got the little bit of pepper. I guess I gotta wash off the ring now because it's all infused with that. Oh, ready for the bread. Not ready for the bread. Okay, 28 minutes left on the fries. 28 minutes left on the fries. Yeah. So you know what? Got the seasonings out. He used Worcestershire. He used the steak seasoning. He used the lemon pepper, not in that order. He used a pan, a skillet. I am going to use my electric skillet. And he starts it off cold. He uses butter too. I'm gonna get the butter out, don't worry. So we can take these. He didn't use salt. He didn't use garlic powder. He didn't use paprika, so we can put these back. Now, as I was looking through the seasonings at the store, I was seeing the seasoning called, they have different seasonings out there. There's a Mrs. Dash steak seasoning. I looked at that and I said, and I looked at the ingredients. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't use a Mrs. Dash. Oh, let's see, soy sauce, he doesn't eat that. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't use a Mrs. Dash because there's no salt in it. And most steak seasonings have salt. Mrs. Dash is actually famous for no salt. So I decided to stay away from Mrs. Dash. That was another option I had. There's some other cheaper options. There's one option, like a really cheap option, and I think you'd go with really cheap. The reason why I didn't go with the really cheap option was when I looked at it, it's all clumped together in the jar. I mean, as if it'd been in the store for ages. You know, when you get seasonings and they sit out and they're just all clumped together. So I don't want to go for that. All right, so here I am, quick clean. Get a smell test. Not much I can do. It's still going to smell like that. I'm sorry. It's still going to smell a little like that. Let me do a little deeper clean then. Some soap. So I really want to get that Asmondgold, steak flavor. I don't want to taint it with this yet. So get some soap. Let's get some water in there. A little bit of water. Ran out good. With this Bear Grill, yeah, it can take. What it cannot take is soaking in water. Don't dip this thing in water. But you can clean it like this with soap and water. It's fine. Doesn't hurt it. But you cannot immerse this thing in water. You can't put it in the sink, soak it in water, and hope it's going to work in. It's never going to work in. It's electric. It's electric. It won't work again if you do that. Okay. And that coaster that's going on in the back there, let me see, let me get this right. Okay, wipe out the soap, that's good. Then we're going to rinse again with water. And I think I'll get the smell test once again. It does through, but my halfway through is going to be 15 minutes, so it's going to beat me too late. I'll be watching at 10, we'll do it. Don't worry. All right, let's see. A little bit, I should get some like water. Just put some water in there for a bit. Good water, let's get some water. Some just plain water. Just plain water, there we go. All right, rinse off all the soap. Give it the smell test. Gotta get this ready for that Asmondgold steak. I tell you, man. Clear out all the other flavors we might have had in there. Don't want to taint his flavored steak with my seasonings on the mushrooms and bell pepper. All right, let's wipe that out. Okay, beautiful. Looks fairly clean. Smell test. Okay, let me see. There. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Okay. Move there. Smell. That's a very neutral smell. Good. Yes, we have taken care of the plate. It is ready. Okay, we are ready for the Asmondgold steak. Now, there's one thing I'm going to do differently from the way he cooked it, just because he was using a stainless steel pan. I do have one, but I can't cook with it over here. And he was stabbing inside the pan. This has a nonstick coating on it. And if I stab inside of the nonstick coating, I can scratch it. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I will stab the steaks on the outside. Let me first get my steak board. So you can see, yes, I am going to, true to form, this is truly how Asmondgold cooks his steaks. And I'll even try the specific Asmondgold steak. And I watched this video like 3 or 4 times to write down the steps, which I don't have with me, but they are on happyhealthywife.net if you want the steps. Okay, you might be wondering why my steaks are in this package and not like the original package. Well, because I do buy steaks. It's kind of similar to the way Asmondgold buys steaks. The cheap ones, the thin, cheap ones, because they're thin and cheap. But I buy many more in bulk so that we're not going to eat them all in that one time. And I don't want to refrigerate. So what I might not use it right. It might be like a week or 2 weeks before I use it again. I don't eat steak every day. So I got a vacuum sealer. Food saver. And with these out-of-air vacuum bags. So what I did was I took the steaks. You can see we bought this one on the 27th of September. This would not be any good anymore if it was still in the refrigerator. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. I'd be like, so we have these Asmongold, we have these steaks. I get a big package. I split it up. I freeze them about a pound each because that's about as much as we're going to eat at a time. 1 pound in each bag. This is 0.8 pounds, so it's an 8/10 of a pound of steak just waiting to be cooked. And then we stick them in the freezer. We vacuum seal them and stick them in the freezer. Great way to buy in bulk because it's less expensive and you can have your steak later. You don't just buy it once, you buy it for later. Okay, so let's take a look at them. At the steaks. We're going to cook them as is. Oh yeah, so these look, they look very similar to the Asmongold steak, don't they? Now, see, I actually meant to buy some more like his yesterday. I forgot. But I knew I had these in the freezer too, so I didn't go back to the store and buy them. But the difference between his steaks and my steaks, it just so happens. I know, not sure exactly what cut he got. Oh, this one said, just so you know, this was the, it says right here, it's steak, chuck shoulder steak. That's the kind of steak this was. I mean, I have seen his steak. It's much more lean. You don't see as much fat in his steak cuts as this one. You can see this one's got some marbling of fat. That won't really change much. It's still going to be the same, similar thin steaks. See, they're very thin. Let me see. Let me get this one. Oh no, this one's a little thick. That one's a little bit thick. I'm disappointed. I mean, it's still a cheap cut of meat. Like, it definitely is like a $2 steak. You know, I buy a pack of 6 of them in there. That one's a little thick. This one's a little thin. Hard to see what it is. So we're going to do what he does. But instead of stabbing in the pan, like I said, I don't want to do that and ruin my pan. Sorry. Sorry, Asmondgold. I'm not going to ruin my pan just for this bit. Instead, I'm going to stab the steaks here. And I am going to go extra. Should I go extra or should I use the fork? I mean, partly if I go extra, it's going to change maybe for the better, maybe not. The tenderness of the steak. So I could go extra. Look at this. Meat tenderizer. I want to stick to the original. Let's go forks. So instead of going the extra, which may even improve it, I don't know if it would or not. Maybe somebody can run an experiment. Does that improve the steak? We're going fork. As he said, so seasoning can get inside. So he stabbed the steaks, just like he stabbed, what else was that? The potatoes before he put it in the microwave. By the way, very smart thing to do. Stabbing your vegetables before microwaving them. At least the ones that are underground. The potatoes, the potato-like, what are the things? Oh, there's a word for all the potato-like things. But yeah, potato, like the yams, eggplant. I tell you, I exploded an eggplant once. It was not pretty. I put it in the barbecue to char it, to get it ready for wonderful eggplant salad recipe on my side, of course. That one's there. It's one of the earlier ones. And, all right, that's enough. So there we go, some stabbed steaks. We just stabbed one side like he did, it's fine. And it exploded. Big mess cleanup. Oh, I'm over. So instead of at 20 like I hoped, it's at 17 minutes, but that's okay. Let's take a quick look at them. Since it's cold, I can do this. Take it out. You can take out the fries. Little, almost like they're getting as if they are fried, but I tell you, they are not fried. Get back in there. All right, you gotta shake them up a bit. As you can see, they're not fully, they need more. Some of them on the bottom need a little more cooking. All right, the top one's got a little more dried. That's why you shake them. Put it back in. Starts right. Let's put in the bread too. 11 minutes for the bread. Perfect timing. Okay. Actually, I'll redo the timer again. Don't worry, these scissors are not going to even touch the bread. Neither is the packaging. If you're worried about cross-contamination. Okay. So it should go in for about 11 minutes. Oh, perfect. It'll be a little less than that, and I'll take a look at it. See if it's good. All right, the steak. So what did he do? So I'm going to... He did not cook it at well, he actually put it in fast is what happened. So let me make sure I turn on the right... Good. Okay, turn on the bottom one. Bottom one's going. Then he took some butter. Because... Well, he saw other people do it. He took some butter. And he put butter in the pan. I need a butter knife. Let me get a butter knife. And when you watch him do it, he actually did pull the camera over so you could see what he was doing. I'm glad he did. It helped me understand the way his steak was cooked. See, now the mistake many people trying to redo his steak did, what their mistake was, is they got the pan really hot. Although I have done that actually plenty of times too. Pan, I'm going to about, I don't know, this is maybe a tablespoon. No, it's Maybe a tablespoon, maybe, yeah. That's about a tablespoon of butter. So we're gonna let it melt a bit. I'm going to put the steak in the butter. You know, I have 2 steaks there. I suppose I should do both of them. Uh-oh. It's too hot already. Damn. Seriously, I mean, his butter was hardly even do anything. All right, I think I got 2 steaks, so we're going to do a little more butter. But I saw him season his steaks. I saw what he did to them. So we'll do that. Okay, there we go. There's the butter. Uh-oh. Butter is bubbling. That's not good. It's too hot already. I'm going to turn it off for a minute. We're going to put the steaks in. Like there. That'll do good. And this will do good. Unlike him using a fork, I wish I could use a fork inside, but again, I don't want to scratch up my surface. So we're going to use tongs. Oh, they're not there. No, we're not going to use tongs. We're going to use... What do I have that can do this? Stir around with... Oh, just a spatula will be fine, I guess. Sorry, tongs are in the... Tongs are not here. Okay, now stir it back on. That was enough to turn it off. So, you know, he started the steak cold. And I guess I should probably let it cook for a bit before I season it. I don't know if he would... I think maybe he wanted to season it early. I don't know. But there we go. So there is the steak. It is starting. Got it cold again. Okay, so now it's going to warm up. All right, so let's bring it closer to you. So we got the butter layer down there. Got the butter layer going on. Got to get my seasoning ready. He started with the steak seasoning, and he put a lot on. I'll be honest. He put a lot more than I would put on. But he put a lot on. I guess he wants lots of flavor in his steak. The reason why it's actually taking longer to cook because the steak's kind of cold because it came out of the refrigerator, just like his. So it's got to take a bit. So now you're here for the Asmondgold steak. If you're here for that, finally it's the Asmondgold steak time. Cheap cut of beef, cut really thin, steak size. All right, there we go. It's starting to cook. There we go. So it's kind of like his. You know, started bubbling up like this. And then he first put on the steak seasoning. First with the steak. And he loaded it on. I am not kidding. It was a good amount of seasoning. There we go. And a good amount of seasoning. There we go. And then he added the lemon pepper on it. We didn't do so much lemon pepper. Didn't do so much of that. So let's put some on. Okay, there we go. That was good. That's pretty good. There we go. That's pretty good. You can see this steak naturally is cooking fast because it's much thinner. And then he went with the Worcestershire first. I shook it a while ago, so we shook it. Coated with Worcestershire sauce. I might have a little too much butter in there for my steaks. And there we go. And he was cooking it. And he was stirring in the sauce that this creates. Now I was going to try and do my... See, this one's cooking faster because it's thinner. This one's going to take a little longer because it's thicker. All right, might get some heat in there going. But this is he flipped it a number of times. So let me go ahead and flip this one. And then he seasoned the other side. But I think he only seasoned it. And it was a lot of seasoning again. But he only seasoned it. I don't know if it was a mistake with the steak seasoning. He again loaded on the steak seasoning. He loved his steak seasoning. Let's go ahead and flip this one over. You can see how it's getting brown, right? Starting to get brown. Perfect. And we've got the seasoning again, the steak seasoning. I will say it's not the exact same seasoning Asmondgold has. I'm sorry. I wish I had the real thing that he had. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's what I've got. And, you know, you got all that seasoning out there, the juices. I don't think he did Worcestershire on the other side. I'm pretty sure he just did steak seasoning only after you flipped it. And he moves them around to soak up the juices. So this is how you cook an Asmondgold steak, a $2 steak. See, fries ready? Yep. All right, let's fries time. Do it over this time. All right, that was 10 more minutes on the fries. See, they're getting a little more dried out. A little less than I usually make on the fries. It's probably not going to take the full 10, so I'll check back in about 5. Let it go. The twist. Are you wondering what the twist is? It's easy, nothing twists yet, right? This is pretty much the exact same thing he did. He had a steak. He flipped it. He kept flipping it. He made, this one's probably done. I might eat that one pretty soon. This one, unfortunately, I'm sad it's a little thicker than I wanted. It's pretty thick steak. I'm just a little disappointed. But, you know, you soaked it over the juices, you know, the butter, the steak juices, the fat from the steak, the Worcestershire sauce, all that stuff. This one's pretty good. It's close to done. I'm going to take that out pretty soon. So what is this to add? Well, all right, time to start making the twist. Not to the steak. The steak, it's going to be, I'm not changing his steak. His steak is not changing. This is an Asmondgold steak, and that's staying the same. What I am going to change, though, is how I'm going to consume it. There we are. Now, I will taste his steak just as is first. I will do that. But this is the way I make a steak sandwich. That's right, I said it. I use the Asmondgold way to make steak sandwiches. And I use this bread for it. Let's turn on the other skillet and start toasting my bread. That's right. Look at that. It is wonderful, too. We're probably going to melt some cheese on the top a little later. But I first have to taste his steak au natural, the way he cooks it. There it is. You've been waiting for the twist, and now I've given it to you. Huh? Oh, I turned it off. Dang it. There we go. Now I turn. I was like, why did it stop cooking? Because I turned them both off. Instead of turning on the top grill, I turned off the bottom grill. Funny. There's the water. All right, so we're going to toast the bread. We're going to make it into a steak sandwich. We're going to add cheese. We're going to add this topping on top. Mayonnaise, mustard, lettuce, tomato, and fortunately, well, we were doing some lettuce, tomato stuff earlier. So I already have from before, from a couple of nights ago, we had some sandwiches before that used tomatoes and lettuce. On Wednesday. Today's Friday. So here's the leftover lettuce. Got to get some more tomato in there, but we will. For the fam, not for me. But for the fam. Okay, let's see. You know what, this steak, that's smelling pretty good, actually. I will admit, the butter plus the Worcestershire plus the seasonings. You to flip away from you so that you don't get splattered with the hot grease. So do it. Oh, there's the bread. All right, so take this one, flip away, flip away, flip away, flip away. All right, it's still getting there. We'll be done. That's telling me the bread's done. So let's check on the bread. Yes, off. Let me take a look. I can use a little more time. Just a little, not much. About 2 more minutes and that bread will probably be done. And yeah, here you go. Here is the Asmondgold steak. You know what? This one is done. I will say it with pride and joy. This one right here. Hopefully Asmondgold thinks it is faithful to his own recipe. There it is. An Asmondgold $2 steak. Right there. Right there. Beautifully done. Put the atoms on the plate. That's on the picture. Things here. As we pictured. And I even show you how that gets pictured. Unfortunately, it's a white plate, but that's all I got. There it is. I wonder, why am I still cooking this one? I told you. It was too thick. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed that steak was that thick. There we go. The Asmondgold steak. And I am going to be faithful, and we're going to try it just like that. It's a nice well-done steak. There we go. Beautiful done. Yeah, 25 minutes in the French fryer. Fries are done. We'll set those out. All right, bread. Let's see. Should be good. Cheesy bread is good. Turn the oven off. Just let it sit there to stay warm. Do not have to go to the air fryer. Get those done. We're still letting this one cook. Why? Because it needs to cook. Let's get the fries out. Less fries than I thought. Actually, I can use a smaller bowl then, because it's less fries than I thought. I need such a big bowl. Honestly, I will tell you. These fries are like the In-N-Out fries. I'll be honest with you. These ones are kind of like the In-N-Out fries. Get them over there for a second. There you go. The other fries. I'll be careful. It's really hot. Oh, oh, oh. Look at those beauties. These are kind of like the In-N-Out fries. A little soft. This one's a little soft. Some are a little crunchy, crispy. Oh, they're very good warm. Not as good as the fries that you'll get from the frozen section here. I'll admit it. Frozen section is better. That's for family. But, okay, picture time, the Asmondgold steak. True to my word, we have given it our all. Our best imitation for a well-done Asmondgold steak. Time to get that picture. Time to flip away from me. This one might even taste even better because all those juices that we're cooking the steak in. That's kind of what he did too. Wait, you need to go back in there. Get those juices, man. Get those juices going. Yeah. Oh yeah, get those juices. Soak up those juices. So what happened was, all the fat kind of burned away, and what was left were just like the seasonings and the juices. So we're going there. Yes, we are. Here's our Asmondgold steak, though. I'm sorry, the plate's a little messy. I'm gonna have to clean it up. But yeah, we're gonna leave that on there just a little longer. Did I flip it? I don't remember. I'm gonna flip it anyway. No, I didn't. There we go. Okay. That one's probably a little more done than it should be. Still beautiful. All right, let's clean this plate up. Make it look thumbnail worthy. So we have a half. I'll go ahead and turn this off. Wrong one. Bottom one. So no cook the top breads. But yeah, we're changing this into a sandwich. But to stay true and faithful to the Asmondgold steak, we are going to just take this one. And sorry, Asmondgold, I know I'm cleaning up some of the juice, the goodness that the steak has. It's for the picture. It's for the thumbnail. You understand, you're a YouTuber. You understand how this works. If it doesn't look good, yeah, it looks good. Okay. People are less likely to click it. Perfect shot. All right, so here we go. Got it ready. Get on my flash. Here you go, thumbnail time. Oh. Let it out then. There we go. Now tell me that doesn't look good. Let me bring the actual steak up to you guys. I think I can get rid of the side one. Whoops. Side camera. We don't need the side camera anymore. Whoa. Whoops. Sorry about that. There we go. Don't need the side camera anymore. It's off. All right. Let me get you a beautiful look at the Asmondgold steak. There you go. I mean, it does look good. True to my word, the Asmondgold steak. $2 right there. There it is. And I will tell you, there's also later, not now, but later, there is going to be. Yeah, this one's still hot. Toasting our bread. Beautiful. It's getting there. Oh, I don't have that one there anymore. All right, so let's taste the $2 Asmondgold steak. Take the knife. Let's cut off a little bit. I've been eyeing this piece for a while. A little bit too much fat in that one, though. Let me try less fat. Ah, this one right there. There we go. There we go. Here we go. The Asmondgold $2 steak in all its glory. Wow. Wow, wow, whoa, whoa. Well, that really hits you. That has lots of flavor. Now, again, I really wish I had his true steak seasoning instead of this one, Famous Dave's. But I can tell you mostly, this steak is a vehicle for the flavoring. Mine might be a little more tender than his. It's not like beef jerky. But it is packed with flavor. I mean, it is packed with flavor. Oh, that was some lemonish in there. Oh, the nice citrusy aftertaste on that one. I'm telling you, it's full of flavor. It is extremely flavorful steak. You know, so much so that you don't really taste much steak. Which, honestly, with these cheap cuts of beef, you don't want to taste much steak. I mean, it's a nice accident. Like, that's why we're making a sandwich. All right, so here we go. So that was true to his original steak. You know, kudos to you, Asmondgold. I could eat this a lot. I mean, maybe I could even eat this every day. You know, a nice steak. It's not bad. Certainly not bad. It is packed with flavor. I mean, it's packed with flavor. You can really taste the seasoning because that's what he does. He loads the seasoning on. You taste the seasoning. And it's not salt. You know, maybe you've had a really salty steak. This is not a really salty steak. It's a very flavorful steak. Lots of flavor in there. You can hit that lemon in there. You get that pepper. Worcestershire adds a nice little liquidy note to it. I will say it is a steak worthy of an everyday eating. Honestly. I know I'd probably mix it up with the... So you're not, like if you take... Let me put it this way. If you eat a filet mignon or you eat a ribeye, you know, the 1-inch thick cut ribeyes, medium rare, you're tasting a little bit of the outside seasoning. It better be salt. There better be some kind of salt in there to improve that flavoring. But you're tasting whatever outside seasoning is put on the steak, but you are tasting a lot of steak. In this case, you're not tasting much steak, but I'm not surprised. When you look at the way it's cooked, it's a layer of seasoning on top. If you watch him make it original, you will see, just like I did, he loads on that steak seasoning. So think of your most flavorful beef jerky. but more tender. And that is truly what this really is. And this is a perfect steak for what I'm about. All right, let's turn off the heat. There we go. Let's turn off the heat and let us make. Let's go the extra. We are going the, let me see, how hot is this oven? It's nice and warm, perfect. It'll keep that bread warm. Beautiful. Let us, I got the bread, yes. I need the mayonnaise. I love the mayonnaise. I need, get some mayonnaise out here. We got the lettuce, we got this. I am going pepperoncinis. I love good pepperoncinis on a sandwich. I am not going relish. Some people like relish on their beef. It's good stuff. Don't knock it. It is actually good stuff. I'm not going hot sauce. I like a good Dijon mustard. That'll go well. Little Dijon. Actually, you don't really need the Dijon because the spice in that steak is more than I usually put in. But I'm still going Dijon because I like good Dijon. With some mayonnaise, some pepperoncinis, some lettuce, some tomato. Here we go. Now we're going to make it. Now we're taking the twist. Here is the twist. So I will say yes, I would make Asmondgold steak. Honestly, it's good. You have to do it yourself, though, to see how it really works. But you'll notice, never, ever was my steak sizzling. Like, smoke everywhere. Never. Do not do that to his steak. Oh, it is actually really good without doing it that way. And I'm going to choose these two. Using these wonderful buns. These are awesome for sandwiches. We love them rather than just straight bread. It holds up to the good stuff. So we've got these. Let me move this over. In fact, let me turn on. Now I can turn on again. The side view, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to prepare this wonderful steak. And now I got to cut the steak. The thing is, these were too big, honestly. For a steak sandwich, we're going to have to actually cut them. And I'm going to actually use the thick one. We're going to cut it. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's my favorite knife. I need the fork too. All right, let's cut something to fit the sandwich. And let's take a look at the inside too. You can see, well done steak. It's supposed to be well done. If you get a steak this thin, do not cook these medium rare. No, never. No. No. These steaks are not meant to be cooked medium rare. They are not. That was a bad slice. Now it makes this one awkward too. There we go. There's a nice slice. You want it to fit the sandwich is really what you want to do. Okay. Those will work. Those will work. That'll work. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Cut it up. Nice slice. All that flavoring on the steak too. Beautiful. A couple thin slices. Wonderful. Excellent. Now let's take care and make this sandwich. All right. So we got the bottom base of the bread. This is where the mayo goes. Protect it from the juices. Take the knife, clean it off. Look at that. We're going to be done before 6. Start at 4, done before 6. This is going to be my shortest ever live stream. Wonderful. Shortest ever live stream. And if you missed it, you can always... Oh, this thing's going to have so much flavor. You know, another thing you could have done with these breads is toast them in butter. If you ever watch Weissman do it, you will see how he does his toasting in butter. Let me see, it's cold enough to move? Yeah, okay. It is good. But it's a different take. It is a very different take. Very different take if you do that. Toasting in butter. Very different take. Flip it on. There we go. Whoop. Not what I wanted to do. Okay. I see that red. It's just annoying. Okay. And the Dijon. We are protecting the steak, the bread, from the juices. That's what these sauces do. All right, there we go. Little Dijon, not much, just a little. Flavor. Not like this steak needs any more flavor. I am serious. This steak does not need that much flavor. It is a very flavorful steak. Usually when I make these steak sandwiches, I don't put as much seasoning on them. But, you know, I'm not opposed. It's a good seasoning. All right, so we got our stuff on the bottom. Now it's steak time. Let's get a nice, thick... Okay, well, it's not... Oh, this one will be mine. There we go. Actually, that should be Happy Healthy Wives. It's got a little more fat on it. She likes the fat more than I do. Let's go with this one. This is a little too thick, so it's perfect. Nice slab of the meat on there. Oh, I almost forgot these. Pepperoncinis. I love a good pepperoni. I used to go with the really hot spicy. Just break them up. Break them up. Boom, boom. Wonderful. Got to get in some of the mushroom, pepper, onion combo. This is gold on that steak. If I had the butter crusted bread as well, I mean, I can do it. I just don't want to do it here because it's hard to do it unless it's actually on a skillet. And I didn't really have a skillet to do it on because I'm cooking over here, but you could do it and it is good. Look up any of Joshua Weissman's burgers. You probably the butter crusted bread toasting. A lot of it. I like it. I do like it. It's just different. All right. More flavorful than deli meat. Here we go. Let's get that up there so you can see that goodness. Oh, that's over here. You can see that goodness. Look at that goodness. One more picture. I mean, and if you've seen this live, if you've been with me, I thank you. I appreciate every single one of you that have been here. Watch me make an Asmondgold $2 steak. And the twist, now you know the twist. Do you want to have a picture of the twist you may have seen in my community pictures? The steak sandwiches. I am going to be making a video on steak sandwiches eventually. This wasn't it. But absolutely, we'll make a video on the steak sandwiches. Because these boys, my God, we love them. I could probably cook it once a week, and they'd enjoy it every time. So let's bite the Asmondgold version of my steak sandwich. Right here. Here's the bite. Try it. Mmm. 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 Yeah. There it is. Mmm. There it is. All those wonderful flavors mixing together. The mayonnaise, the creaminess, mayonnaise, the spiciness of the Dijon mustard. That steak. Great meaty flavor in there. You got the mushrooms and the onion, the bell pepper. Adding there the tomato, nice freshness. Mm. Oh. Oh. Now I'm tasting the steak. First steak comes through. Oh, the extras on top. All right, we'll wait till I finish. Oh. Oh. Mmm. I'm going to tell you, Asmondgold's got something there. Steak. I mean, I've made many steaks similar, not as much seasoning for my steak sandwiches, but the seasoning I put on with this steak didn't overpower the sandwich flavor. It still got the mustard, the mayonnaise, the lettuce, the tomato, all the vegetables sitting there, and a wonderful steak accent with that lemon pepper. I could really taste the lemon pepper. I could taste lemon pepper. I could taste the steak seasoning. I could taste it all. And it was a mouthful, a flavorful, better. I will say it is better than the steak sandwiches I've been making. Just the flavor of that beef just adds so much to the rest of the sandwich, and it's just, it's there. So don't sleep on the Asmondgold steak. $2 steak, make it into a sandwich. Seriously, put the stuff you love on your sandwich and add an Asmondgold steak. I mean, and you saw how I cooked it. Don't go high heat. Don't you dare go high heat. Let it slowly cook. Do not sear the steak. That's not going to help in this case. This is not a searing steak. This is a cook the steak and let its flavor that you've added to it enhance whatever sandwich you're going to make, or just, you know, just eat it plain. It is good. It is absolutely worth the effort. Or how about the fries? So yeah, absolutely, I'm going to recommend that steak, absolutely. And you're probably worried about my fries. No, I did forget, but here we go. Let's do the fries. I know you have seen the steak, so you can see it's a little, I waited because they're a little, okay, little flimsy. You can see that. A little flimsy. It's just how they are. In-N-Out, remember In-N-Out fries are not, they're not solid, they're not crispy like McDonald's fries. And you know McDonald's fries are terrible if they're flimsy. In-N-Out fries are good if they're flimsy, so. Salty. And flavorful. Oh, wow, yes, these are good. Seriously, this is like the In-N-Out type of fry. It's not bad. You can make it at home. Don't have to go to In-N-Out. There's a lot of good flavor in there. These are good too. Well, that is it. That is my twist, my take on the Asmondgold steak. I hope, Asmondgold, I was true to your steak. It seemed like I was. I think I was. I just didn't have the right seasoning that you had from your steak recipe you had, but I did have a steak seasoning. And I put it on just as I saw you were putting yours on. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and honestly, on for the Asmondgold $2 steak, you really don't know what you're missing. Follow the way he does it. Do it the way he does it. Don't try and burn your steak. It's not going to work. Just slowly let it cook. Let the juices get in there. And you'll be quite surprised at how a cheap $2 steak, for me, it was, I couldn't get any better than $4 a pound for the steak. But, you know, when your ribeye is costing me, geez, if I wanted to buy a ribeye on sale, it's $8 a pound. On sale. So, you know, if you want a nice cheap steak, it is good. You can go for it. Thank you all for watching. I'm glad you were here. Hello, Shangali. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you missed it, you can go and rewind. You can watch the VOD. Be sure to check out my channel, happyhealthywife.net. And coming soon, next year, I'm going to bring out a new style of episode that, I am really excited for, where I can bring on some guests. They'll come on, they'll cook their favorite dish, and they'll choose a dish from my repertoire that they want to eat, and we'll dine together. We'll ask them how things are going. It's a nice powwow. You know, if I had somebody famous, like a George Clooney, say, or something like that, that would be even better, because then you'd be like an interview of a star that you might want to see. But, you know, until we get up to the level, we're going to start with whoever wants to join. You know, I might even open it up to you guys in the audience. If you are interested, I might open it up. But we're going to start with some people I know, and we're going to start that way. All right, so thank you for tuning in, and I will see you either on my next video. The next one's going to be the next video, the green bean casserole. You got to make that for Thanksgiving. It is an absolute winner. It's easy. Pop in the oven, bring it out. Tastes divine. We love it every year. So green bean casserole coming out soon, just in time for Thanksgiving. And I will see you either on my website or on my next video. Goodbye, everybody. See you next time.